10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, good afternoon, and wherever else you are in the world. I hope you are having an excellent day so far. We're sort of going to continue what I was doing last Thursday. Basically, making sketch ideas, sketching out and coloring the characters that I have handpicked. Hopefully, we won't have a character that takes up 95% of the time like last time, and we can get through more of them so that I can show off all of my character designs to you guys over the course. Of course, this is the last stream for this week and is the start of the hiatus when this is over. So let's get right into it and get started, shall we? Alright. Good times. We're going to start with Kumaru, my bear dragon medical robot critter kawaii entity that exists for me. And we're going to go ahead and turn on drawing assist because we got yes, I knew somebody would love it. So we're just going to go ahead and start drawing his roundy face. He's very round because he's small. And by doing that, he keeps his kawaii appearance. And delicate features, even though he is big old bear dragon. As seen in the arts around here. I don't often draw him with a hat, but yes. Buttony nose. That's neat. I didn't realize that I had made the nose piece there symmetrical. Isn't that neat? It's like the mouth's gotta stay unsymmetrical, which is unsurprising to me. Big ol' round eyes. 'Cause that's just how it goes. So, I'll tell you a little bit about the history of Kumaru. Kumaru is literally me cruising around the art sites that I frequent, specifically in this case DeviantArt, and seeing something that in Kumaru's case made me want to be better for myself, because they're little medical robots. They're supposed to help you keep yourself healthy and well. That's literally what they were described as. I mean, they're called Mediborgs in the actual lore, but like, he's my little helper man, which is good for those of us who who want to remember to take our medicine more often, or want to take charge of our health and well-being, etc. That's literally what I use this character for, is an inspiration to myself to take better care of myself. So, in a way, because he is a he, my little robot he. Helps take care of me. Yep. Now I'm just going to turn that off so that we can sort of see what's going on here and where I need to change stuff up. Okay. Don't actually like these eyebrows. They do not spark joy. So we thank them for their service and we throw them away. We get rid of the little separation on the ears. There's definitely been a misconnect here, because I wanted this part of the hair to be a lot bigger. Little hornies. Yep, that's more accurate. Because he's got to be a little bit stubborn to outstubborn me. Because he meant to take care of the stubborn me. He's also a little freckly boy, because I says so. And while it's technically accurate, as you can see here, you got little freckles on the actual main reference. Alright. Yeah, that's looking good. Now it's time to add some asymmetry to it. So we can turn off the drawing assist. Get that nose in there. So especially with robots, it's really hard sometimes for me to get into like designing them, getting into it. Mainly because I struggle with dealing with robots. Not on purpose. They're just harder for me to get, like, because they can be so many different things, you know? Robots can be anything. But at the same time, I think they're very interesting and cool. So it's. Yes, that is true. I can struggle because my friend Coop can do robots. In fact, they love robots. which is why I drew them as a sort of robot. If you missed that episode, it's likely on my YouTube channel. Alright, and then we just got the Hegel, which is how I believe that's called. Yeah, there's definitely a shape there that I need from this, isn't it? Yep, that's what I needed. This particular line right here. Alright. This is for colors. This actual reference line art is for colors. And for the outfit ref, which is, look at the cute little dude. Literally just an orb that yells at you. I uh, uh, I don't know if I could handle a yelling orb. I'm very sensitive. Unless it yelled positive affirmations, I don't know if I could deal with that, Coop. Like, that shape is too big. You'll find that a lot of the times I'll draw jazz singer orb. Okay. Then we get to turn back on the drawing assist as I break down the chest area. So, as you've seen, I'm not actually using this one. I'm going to go up a level and make one new layer so that I can get my the orbs also have no. See, you're learning so much, aren't you? Aren't you, chat? Aren't you people who watch my videos later? Orbs also have no rules. Nobody has any rules except for humans, and even then, please do break them. Human rules made to be broken. That's more fun, anyway. So, I'm gonna explain why I'm making the lines the way I'm making them, because it's got some minor significance. To do that, I'll turn this back on. So, ball joints are all over the place on here. Technically, they just did it on the like wrist, elbows, and shoulders. Except I wanted to make it more doll-like, so I sort of added lines like this to my variant of the design, simply because that made me happier. And I love ball jointed dolls. And if this guy is a teeny tiny ball jointed doll, that's all that matters to me. Yes. It's also possible that I say that specifically because I want to turn this tiny little robot into an actual figure doll, ball jointed doll that I own eventually, possibly. course, I don't know how to do that very well. I have vague ideas, and I'm interested, but at the same time, technically, it's not a sippy cup. Technically, it's got a zipper. It's a little bag. This is technically a tail, but I never draw it because I think it looks silly that it's got an IV bag that just sort of floats around. That's not how IV bags work. So I don't do it. I also realized I did not make him round enough. I'm a big fan. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. That he's got Nendroid proportions. Even as a tiny little wobit. Okay. Let's just darken that to get that same sort of line quality for the upper and lower parts. And now we got a body-ish. Turn off that. Because I forgot something. Main part of the anatomy here. And part of the reason why I was very interested in getting this design in particular. It's got dragon wings. I'm more likely to listen to a dragon about my health. What about you guys? Are you more likely to listen to a dragon about health? Because I am. As you could probably tell by my VTubing avatar. And I've been PNG tubing. But at the same time also sort of VTubing. I'm virtual tubing. Anyway. Now we got the wings, which is important. They're little and he doesn't actually be able to fly with them, but is good. Okay. Now we gotta draw his very cute kawaii outfit, sweater vest, and all the sort of design amendments that I may or may not have made over the course of Gideon, King of the West. Yes. But would you really, though? So, we start with this. And we add little lacy bits. Mainly because people take you more seriously when you're dressed well. That's not even a falsehood, that's just a factoid. Okay. Just so that I can see where my lines are. And how we looking? Okay. Accurate. Accurate. Okay. Then we have mostly that big stripe. Got it. So that we got that, and then we can do tiny little ones off to the side. I believe this is called like argyle. Do I know for certain? No. Do I really care? Also no. Drawing sweaters is fun, but not that fun. To memorize all the types of sweaters. Okay. Oh, it's cable knit. That would make sense. And we got say thank you, Fairy, everybody. She's my fabric expert. And the reason that I have so many plush animals of my characters is also her. Now I have to turn off the assist specifically to do this part, because he's basically got a cute little accent on his big old sweater sleeves. I don't know if it's undershirt or overshirt or whatever it is. It's cute, especially since they look like little band-aids, which is probably what the design was going for. But like, I mean, look at that. It's cute. That's cute. Also, I totally forgot that he had Hermes sandals, but like, my child is the best. I don't normally draw his hat. Do you guys think I should draw his hat? Does he get a hat right now? Okay. Shouldn't be assisted. Alright, hat it is. I'm just gonna like, yeah, it's a big old bow. So do the big old bow, and that's about it. Hat. Alright. So now we got Kumaru. So now that we've got that there, We can delete these ones, which are basically my references from my own art. And we can pull this up so that we can get skin tone. Skin tone to color behind him with. We'll turn off the clothes layer first. Since these are sketch references, I'm not too, upset about lines being messy or colors being messy. I just need the colors to be in the correct position. Except I'm probably gonna get a little bit, just to save space. Hence why I'm using the paintbrush tool right now. Because that gives me, and people who use these references later, because I plan on, like last time, uploading the entire sketch stuff. Well, for one, alright, Fairy, I'll answer your question before I keep talking. There's 3 colors used here, and one of it's blushing, one of it's freckles, and then there's shadows. I just tried to find the most basic of the skin tones, which is around in here. Obviously, I managed to get a grip from over here because I like the darker. But we're gonna do some of the blushing because why not? And already it seems much more accurate, right? That's why you should do blushing, because it makes your skin tones more 3D. But I do have to clean it up now. Luckily I have it on mirror mode. Alright. We're gonna grab this color. Now we're going back to our paintbrush. Obviously I gotta do this sort of thing because it doesn't look right otherwise. Just like the eye whites aren't actually white, they're a nice yellowy custardy color, which I think is interesting. It didn't work very well. This works better. And then I can go to white for these. Doop a doop a doop a doop a doop a doop a doop doop. Yep, so we got a lot of goodness right here. Just done really quick. looks like the horns and the wings are around the same color. I try and tend to keep things like this the same-ish. Because it makes me happy. But you'll notice that I do some very obvious differences than the design does. Like, the design on the wings does not have that little spur. This little grappling claw. It does bend, but it doesn't have that claw. Nor does the have the amount of freckles that I did. I'm very, very fond of this design. A lot of which is because I just like my little robot in general. Because he made me be nicer to myself, which was important for me. Alright, let's get the hair base color down. And again, it's going to look a lot paler than the full reference would be, and I need to stop. It has to be only on the parallel, the reflecteds, the whatever you want to call it. And I forgot this, which is important. Ah. In this part, I do need to remember to sort of stay inside the lines. If only to just... Let's see, let's find the line where it... Yeah, there it is. So, let's see. So Kumaro is one of my only only robot OCs, and he's mostly not for stories. He's mostly for self-care, which is important to me, and therefore he is important. Let's see. What else can I say? Ah, yes. A lot of the OCs you'll be seeing today are a lot of them are stuff that I thought up just for myself. For fun. But you'll also be seeing a dream character that I decided to draw out who, be it intentional on their part or unintentional, has become Blorbo from my dreams, which amuses me greatly. Because normally characters like that from my dreams don't really get full physical appearances. They tend to I'm going to my drawing assist. They tend to how to put this better. because I myself am confused a little bit. My dreams, characters from my dreams, don't often get like full physical appearances. Not because they don't want them or they don't deserve them, but because they uh just don't have physical appearances. You just don't get them. You know how people say they see like people in their dreams? Like, no, mine are vague. I shared my dream journal basically with my friends on my Discord, like Coop, recently. And so I'm apologizing now again for the just utter insanity of some of them, writing wise. Uh, they're fun. They're my dreams. But at the same time, they're odd. And I didn't necessarily write them up in the best way possible. Not because I didn't want to, but because I just didn't have that option. You have to get them out of your head before you can edit them, and then sometimes you forget to edit them. That's just me. So, in this case, I don't necessarily have dreams about like distinct people that look like people. My favorite part about my dreams is that my dreams just absolutely, if the person in my dream is proud of one of their features, that's what I see. So, in the case of my most recent dream, which was day after Valentine's Day, actually. Or rather, not day after Valentine's Day. It was the day of Valentine's Day, which also happens to be one of my kitty's birthdays, because we decided that for her. Happy birthday, Emma. But yes, uh, that dream, I had one character who did not want to be glamored or whatever because it's a fantasy dream. They're obviously going to have fantasy aspects. Yes, yes, yes. Um, he was incredibly proud of his eyebrows. So, looking at that character from like if I was going to draw them, they're going to have powerful eyebrows. That's just a given. There's and the eyebrows are the only real feature that I would remember should I want to draw them out after the fact. Which is funny. And I was sort of wondering if you guys had like stuff like that from your dreams. Alright, we're just gonna give that a little bit of a blur. Just because that makes it better. Look, we got a nice reference like that. Ooh, nightmares? Nightmares are just straight up weird. Nightmares ain't fun. I've had really weird nightmares, though. My absolute favorite bonkers nightmare to tell people about, because it's been a while and I can do it now without fear. And guess who forgot? A specific color! which was me. I did. My poor boy. Your mocha wings. I dreamt I was a house. No, literally, I was a house. Um, Specifically a very haunted house that a bunch of teenagers were throwing a Halloween party in. It had video game aspects. It was just not fun overall. Mad doctors. I also dreamt about a box that literally ate the entire world when I was younger, and that freaked me out. Something fierce. Like reverse Pandora's box. But yeah, I dreamt I was a house once. A full-on haunted, terrifying house. It was really bad actually. The house itself is not fun. Bad. Oof. No. That kind of bad. So, I won't get into it too much. But, like, yeah. I still remember all of the characters from that dream. And I still wonder if they're doing okay sometimes. Just 'cause that was a dream that I had. So, so I understand dreams no fun, or dreams sort of fun, or dreams you're thinking that are fun that aren't really fun. But yes, I am full of dreams. I don't have them like continuously. Like for those who actually have access to my dream journal, you'll note that they have like weird times on them, and that I had more some years than I did others, and some years I just didn't dream at all. Which, sounds bad, but it isn't. I promise. Just meant I didn't have any night dreams. Uh, but yeah. Nightmares are just weird dreams that aren't fun. My trick to getting rid of nightmares is to summon my favorite characters into my head and go, yeah, you can't hurt me. I got like All Might here. You can't beat All Might. Nobody, come on. You can't beat All Might or Power Rangers or whatever floats your goat. That's what I go for. I go for my favorite characters, including my OCs. Like, you think you can beat my immortal warrior? You think that? Foolish. Foolhardy. You absolute buffoon. You can't touch him. He's stronger than you'll ever be. And it makes the nightmares go away. So for those of you suffering from nightmares, create OCs and have your OCs beat them into submission. Yeah, Coop, use your dinosaur lady. Just have her absolutely Hulk smash your nightmares into oblivion. Then you can tell her how awesome she is. I just wanted to add a pattern there, yes. So, yeah, dreams can be both fun, entertaining, and if you're my sister, sometimes They tell you a little bit about the future. She sometimes has dreams that then she gets serious deja vu and just everyday moments, but she doesn't necessarily remember all of her dreams. I love you, fairy. I'm outing to the world that you're a precognetic, at least a little bit. Nice. Two prophets. I'm friends with two prophets. For fun and profit. I've also once, I didn't write it down, it was before my dream journal, like, collection thingy that I got over in my Google Docs now. But, I actually had a reoccurring dream, like, not just like the same dream over again, but like previously on, I had a continuation dream, I guess is a better way of putting it. And I was very confused by that. Like, really? I get to see what happens? Neat. I'm happy. Yeah, we got the precognetics talking in the chat. Precog chat. They knew what the chat was going to say before the chat said it. Not really, though, because that's not how it works. Yeah, little sailor hat. Little sailor hat. Now I don't need the color reference anymore because we got him! Look! It's done! Little sketch reference for a little robot man. In his kawaii outfit. My kawaii robot man. And then we'll turn it to a nice brown and write his name over here because I need to, because that's important. That's his name. Kumaru. Alright. Which means now we can get into baby. I drew him as sort of just like I wanted to draw fluffy hair, and I wanted to practice scars, and I wanted to draw a pretty boy. But then he sort of spiraled out of control. So these are both older art, as you can tell by my... Look at this man's like wasp waist. I'm going to die. From embarrassment. I mean, look at this. This is not human anatomy. But yes, I accidentally made some sort of monk type entity. He punches, but he is baby. That's literally his name. That is, he is baby. So we're gonna go ahead and use this photograph that I recently drew for him. Oh yeah, I know you, but it's like you look back at your old art and you just sit there and you're like, oh no, oh, why did I do this? Oh, I did this to myself. I haven't redrawn this character in like 4 years. Oh Lord, have mercy. Like, both of these drawings were in quick succession from each other, and they're very much like I 100% designed this child to be some sort of monk equivalent that doesn't talk and has amnesia, because I was going off of like, let's make the most overdramatic tropes possible. Yes, his previous self was evil. No, he doesn't remember and is literally just he's baby in all senses of the term, meme wise. Have I added more wounds to him since then? Abso-friggin-lutely. Part of the reason why I'm doing this whole sketch reference series is to start padding out my art fight so that people who enjoy my designs can get their pick of characters. I cannot believe there's a whole genre of people out there that are my art enjoyers. I'm still flabbergasted. And thank you. He was meant for me to draw fluffy hair, and he ended up stupidly pretty. Can you believe this man was a bad guy at one point in time? Because I can't, even though that's his backstory. He's like the golden retriever, OC. Hi, are you my friend? Are we friends? Can we be friends? I love you. And I decided to give him dimples this time around, and I'm still lose mind. I made his backstory. I don't believe in his backstory. What do you mean he's a bad guy? What do you mean he used to be evil? No, he's baby. What are you talking about? And I hope everybody knows that. But yes, like I said, this is basically a trick. This right here is a trick for me to pad out my art fight so that more people can find characters that they like and want to draw. Because last year, you people drew me so many characters, and every time I got a new character in art fight drawn from somebody else, I wanted to scream. I would stare at them for like an hour and then hunt through your OCs to find more. Like, how could I make you scream? You made me scream. I'm gonna make you freak out. Which characters do you want me to draw? Which characters are nobody else drawing? Who didn't get enough fan art? Where's your lowest level OC? Show me your characters. And so if I drew an OC that you weren't expecting last art fight, if you drew something for me, that's why. I specifically hunted down an OC that was unloved by the people, but probably not you. To bring you your blorbo from your brain. So yes. This is baby. He's specifically a big fluffy haired child who wants the crusts cut off of his sandwiches, please. he doesn't want them thrown away either. He wants the crusts cut off so that he can share them with the animals. Please. Oh, it's not good for the animals? That's sad. I wanted to share my lunch with them. But all in, like, facial expressions only. So much easier to be able to talk about characters out loud rather than try and write it all up. Part of the reason why I've been, like, super glad I've been doing this for Art Thursdays. Not only is the very chill sketchiness of these references appealing, but it's also like just talk about your OC's hour. Talk about characters that you haven't talked about in a while. Just talk about them, which makes explaining their lore so much easier. Plus, then you guys get to see my thought processes. And my from my sketchbooks art, which is real fun for those of you who are the my art likers or who want to see artists that you think are good. It's previous works. Now, let's actually make this something. Wait, we don't need that. We can still just like, because you're a human. Humans have that. Okay, so we got that down. And we're just gonna make you wear a nice shawl. Because I don't feel like drawing a shirt on you right now. Sorry, baby. Or not, as the case may be. Alright. So. Ah. 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 The sunshine stings. So these were done with markers, in case you were wondering. So the me hunting down a good skin tone is me trying to find where a marker, and not right, left enough color behind. There we go, that's a good one. To actually pick up the color that I wanted. So like, yeah. uh he actually falls into characters that, like, I'm not entirely sure what to do with. Just because, like, he needs more friends, but I don't think that I should make the friends because I feel like his backstory, I know it too much. So I should definitely be making friends with people who didn't know his backstory, but I would always be too tempted to make it be like, yes, ex general of Demon King tries to find world renowned evil martial artist and finds just actual Disney princess incarnate. Yes. Uh that's sort of where I put him into D&D actually. He's in my TTRPG thought process folder. Of which there are many still in there that I have not drawn, like drow cowgirl, cowboy, sniper, woman. I have a lot of ideas. A lot of ideas. Do I continue to make ideas? Also, yes. Anyway, the second thing for this particular character is 100% he's that one working out meme. The my arms are gonna get so good at hugging character. Uh, so you should be aware of that. First instinct, hug person. Second instinct, hug person. Third instinct, oh, they're talking to me. Wait a second. Honestly, I'm surprised I didn't decide to give him like missing teeth or anything. No, this time around I just broke his nose. So, good. Let's get your pale scar color. Just sort of. Honestly, I'm pretty sure the character is just selectively mute and not like actively can't talk because of wounds sustained. But then again, he's a baby and he doesn't really tell me much. And there's his green eyes. Oh gosh, he's so cute. I'm gonna explode for my own character because I'm like that. Just realized I didn't finish coloring him, so I gotta go do that. Sorry. Alright, let's get this boy some pink. Human bodies, fun to deal with. And with Gaussian blur. And we smudge. Smudge, smudge. Okay. This is also good for this part of him, which was designed after the fact. He's got fun tattoos, mostly of sparklies. Along his spine, you can sort of see a variation of the tattoo in the background there. But he's got it because that's part of him. It's part of his terrible past. Oop, wrong. Back to painting. Because you gotta. Humans are like that. So, he's one of my few characters that actually doesn't have the same color hair as their eyebrows, which amuses me greatly. Because most of the time I do tend to have all of their hair be the same color. But again, he doesn't remember who he is. And he was a bad guy. So or rather possibly a super competitive guy instead. I still haven't necessarily like fully did anything. Like I don't know exactly what he was doing that could be considered evil other than, I'm challenging all these martial arts schools and when they don't beat me, I'm making them disband, i.e. anime style, till I am the greatest martial artist in the world, gets knocked out by some like turtle-shaped old man because that's the way the tropes work. Except in this case, gets turned into an amnesiac who's a lot kinder, a lot more open to learning new martial arts, who actually possibly becomes the best martial artist in the world. I don't know. That sounds like fun, doesn't it? Sounds like a good kung fu movie. But yeah. Here I was thinking that I'd get away with maybe doing 2 or 3 characters instead of just 2. Somehow it's still time slips away from me. But yes, that's the basics of this starry boy. Martial artist does not remember who he is, how he got here. He knows he's here for a good time, not a long time, and is ready to punch God if his friends say that that's probably necessary. He doesn't necessarily know what's going on 100% of the time, but he's down. Just make sure you got juice boxes. Do you got juice boxes? They're not just for him, they're for everybody. Come on. No, I like that. That's fine. Okay. And then we do just a color. We'll pick a green to go with his eyes. To color in a scarf. Yay! Except it's see-through. Because it is. Because if you got a monk, you gotta flaunt it. Flaunt your monks. Flaunt them. Yep. I mean, is there really a wrong place to flaunt your monk? Honestly, can you tell me if there's a wrong place to flaunt your monk? Because I'm flaunting him pretty big right here, you know. He's being flaunted. So now we have Kumaru and Baby. Both of whom somehow look really finished, even though they're not like super finished. So let's see. We could do ballistic, or we could do Shenxian. Okay. We might be able to get through 4, so let's do Shen next. So, this is what I was talking about when I said I had a character from a dream that I fully designed after the fact. This is Shen Xian, and I literally no joke, I dreamt I was him day after Valentine's Day, night of Valentine's Day. And he quickly reached Blorbo status. This sounds better. Let's see if I can get this to. Yeah, that doesn't look right. I'm not sure why. Yeah, you guys can see it looks weird. Probably too close together and too big. So, well, instead, we'll take. Ooh. frightening. Alright, I actually have to do both at the same time, which makes sense to me. So, I was saying provincial lord. Yes. So he was quite literally Alright, we're just gonna turn off the drawing assist for a second, because this makes my life easier if I just do it this way. And then we'll turn it back on. And we follow. Oh, not that. This. So, yes. Much better. So, yeah, he was a provincial lord whose lands were attacked by demons. Except they weren't really, because I had put all sorts of reforms in place. So I'm like, why are the demons attacking me? I'm actually, nice to them. Turns out it was one of my neighbors and rivals instead, not the demons. I was mad. Like, come on, dude, really? You're gonna be like that to me when I'm pretty sure I'm basically the best magic user in this entire zone? Uh, but yeah, I didn't pick the name Shen Xian. I knew that was his name, and that was fun looking that up and realizing that it did mean something and it meant something cool. I believe when I looked, it was translated simply into like honest spirit, which fun. But yes, basically, I have a very cool new OC out of that dream. Yeah. And like I said, he quickly gained Blorbo status simply by being one of the few 100% definitively Asian characters that I have. As in, that's like not usual for me. I struggle sometimes with drawing ethnicities, but it's one of the ones that I wanted to practice with 100%. And he just showed up. So, like, he's only really getting a clothes on view, mainly because I think that's fine. I think that's fine. That's fine, right? You guys think that's fine. So, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So yeah, he's a magic man. He's magic, and I love him dearly. And I'm pretty sure he was gonna kick somebody's butt just off of the smallest inkling that they decided to mess with his location. You don't mess with my stuff. My stuff is good. I made it good. You think you're gonna just mess with my stuff because you want to take over my stuff? Oh no. No, I'm gonna like not even just like straight up utterly destroy your country. No. No, I'm gonna tell on you to the emperor. Because there was an emperor. Lived on a floating island above all the other provinces and stuff. Absolute king. But yeah, I was like super mad at this rando who thought he could take over my province just because he thought I was weak. Like, dude, you have severely underestimated me for the last time. Yeah, it's the worst part is he blamed my neighbors, the demons, on it cuz I'm like this small like borderlands province and this dude thinks, "Ah, yes, they don't talk." Me who has initiated like several trade agreements between the demons. Why are you attacking us? Why would we attack you? You're one of the only provinces that's actually cool enough to trade with us and give us help when we need it. Why would we betray you, man? Hmm. Well, that only leaves one other person. The other person on my other side who said it was you. Who I knew it wasn't you guys, but like I also went to go and have a diplomatic meeting with you. Dude, did you really think you were going to get away with it? He did. Pretty sure. Now, if only this one would become a recurring dream. I would love to see how this ends, and also figure out how to write this dude whom I already love so dearly, just from the sheer amount of like power play he's got going on. He's powerful and awesome and like really cool kid. Thank you, brain, for giving him to me in the middle of the night. Did I know really how to do any of Asian fashion? No. Did I try my best anyway? Yes. That would be. There we go. I'm just doing super basic right now because I want to keep going. I want to do more of them. But yeah, basically him. Oh no. I don't know if it'd help for you, but the family tradition over here is to tell the world basically what you're going to be dreaming about before you dream. So like I'm going to dream about going to the grocery store and buying the world's biggest pickle or something like that. And it tends to cut down on bad dreams, at least in my case. Yeah, it's been a long-standing tradition over here to say both what we've been grateful for the day, and to I don't know about that. I'm still thinking about the skin tone. I don't know if I like that. That doesn't seem right to me. I'm trying not to get into like. Yeah, I don't like that. That one. The first one's better, so I'll keep that. I knew he was pale, but like, Jesus, dude, go get a tan. But at the same time, like, Asian beauty standards. Anyway, yeah. May need to be added some color too. But luckily, I can do that with airbrushes. So, yeah. Making sure you're aware of the things that were good that happened in your day and reinforcing them right before you sleep is a good way. And forcibly telling your brain, this is what I'm going to dream about. You don't get an option. Alright, let's. Yeah, this better. Like that better. Better. That one's better. Oh, jeez, that one's better. So we're gonna just go ahead and squish that onto that one. And we'll do a different. Oh, much better. That was much better. Okay. Yes. So, yeah. Actually, turn on the drawing assist. There's this bottom part. And take it very low, just stop there. And you can smudge it just around the mouth area, which is good. Okay. And then we can just erase around here, which is good. And clean up his eyes. Fantastic. Fantastic. And then we can just lower the opacity a little bit on that. And then we can do eye whites. Okay, so yes. These aren't the first blorbos that I've gotten from my dreams, but he's definitely up there in my I've had several. One of my favorite dreams that I've ever had was being adopted by a demon in a dungeon. Raised as a baby in like an adventurer's dungeon style place. Very, very fun. Alright, let's get nice. Can't we see the difference? Yes. make the hair nice and dark. Nice and dark blue. Because he had shiny hair. And that, of course, makes me want to make it a fun color. I.e., so black it looks blue. Get me that ultra blue. So yeah. One of the rare few characters who have breached containment from my dreams and decided they wish to become a full-fledged person in their own right. No, we'll just leave that as is. No. Yes, but you need... Yes, okay, that worked. Right, and then we can go over here because I'm very much a fan of color scheming. So, I'll have to erase those other ones. Doesn't matter to me though right now. So yeah, I don't necessarily know a whole lot about the genre this guy was using, which was definitely like fantasy China vibes. But now I'm gonna have to read more into that specific genre so that I can do my Blorbo justice. So he's succeeded in the goal of read more diverse stories. So I guess if that was your main aim, you've succeeded, sir. But yeah, I've got a lot of excellent dreams, or I've had a lot of excellent dreams that have given me interesting people to work with, but I don't have them often. So it's hard. Alright, and you get... Yeah, that looks right. I have no idea. I'm literally just coloring by the seat of my pants because all I knew was his face. It was my face. But blue seems to be a good color palette for him. So we'll go with it. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? It went, yeah, you got this guy and territorial disputes and all of this is probably staples of the genre that you've read maybe like 2 or 3 books in. And I'm just like, but I've only read 2 or 3 books in it. How can you have so much knowledge? And it's just Same reason I got tapped into the name matrix. I can give you the perfect name that means something good, that vibes with the character that he is, and uh, hey, don't call me out like that. Stop, brain. So, the newest Blorbo to my Blorbo family of characters. The king. Very good. Very good man. Very good. Blorbo. Full of fun potential and magic. It's probably sword fighting. So, we're getting close to 2 hours. And I don't know how long it'll take me to do a man with two faces, i.e., the man, the myth, the legend, Jerome Ponta, aka Ballistic. So I'll just instead go over his story and draw him off stream because he desperately needs a color reference for his face and stuff, because I've only ever drawn him in black and white and I have never colored him in. So these are both the same man. He's my supervillain, one of my supervillains, and specifically one whom I love dearly. This is Dr. Jerome Ponta, a ballistics scientist working for, I believe I was going to call them something like Vale, but I don't necessarily remember off the top of my head. He's a professor. He's a scientist. He's a scientist, not a professor. He's incredibly, yes, he's tired. He was working on creating a new form of explosive, one that's more stable, but has the oomph of some of the more or less stable explosives. He didn't know it at the time, but his stuff got tampered with, specifically because he was too headstrong and wouldn't listen to orders, wouldn't do what other people told him to. Because this man is Italian in my head. That is like his whole vibe. He's Italian. But he got exploded by his latest experiment because of tampering, because he wouldn't listen to orders. But it was unstable chemicals, lab accident. Lab accident equals superpowers, right? Well, he didn't know this at first, and he assumed he was going to get his job back after he got done with the medical leave that he was on. Basically, he got put in to care because shrapnel and explosive burns are ow. He healed up pretty well, only to see on the news, after getting a pink slip from just a random person who came to visit him in the hospital. So, he was suddenly fired. B, all of his work did actually lead to the results he wanted, but it was given, his credit for it was given to the college intern that they had recently hired because he saw potential in them. So he was betrayed and angry in the hospital room. Yeah. And he was clutching his pink slip, and he threw it across the room because he was so pissed. And it exploded in a shower of paper and flames. And he was like, "What? Wait a second, what? Wait a second." And so he starts doing experiments out of sight of the nurses because explosives are bad in hospitals. But he gets released and he's still pissed. And he realizes through experimentation that he can put his anger into objects and then those objects explode. And the varying explosion is based off of how much anger he put into it and how much destructive power said item has. So, like, if you put a lot of anger into a brick, he could theoretically make a very powerful explosive. If he puts a lot of anger into an apple, you guys are getting hit by wet apple pieces directly into the face. It turned into applesauce. You don't get a chance to deal with it. You are applesauced. So theoretically, if he got a hold of a bomb and put his anger into the bomb, it would make a double explosive. He hasn't really done that yet, mainly because yes, that is his whole power, basically. Woe blank be upon thee, but it's like explosion sound effects after that. So he starts trying to get revenge on the company that fired him and gave credit to this intern, who he actually doesn't blame for taking the deal to take credit for it. He understands college hard, need money, and also paper dissertations. And also, he's pretty sure the kid came in disguise to visit him in the hospital and was very sad and gave him a gift basket of like apples, which he then proceeded to explode all over his hospital room. The nurses did not know how he was destroying things. He takes on the name Ballistic, and this is his outfit. He basically turns himself into a bomb man, and he starts breaking into this company's warehouses, destroying their paperwork, burning up their old blueprints. But then he starts to find things in this stuff, like they're funding the heroes of the world, which is weird. They're getting heroes out of trouble when the heroes doing bad things, and that's concerning. Yeah, that's basically what he does. He can go into places that are like, yeah, you can't have any flammable objects, you can't have any knives or anything, you can't have anything sharp or dangerous, and dude's just like, pat me down, you don't know I'm the weapon here. As long as I'm pissed about something, I can make it explode. And I can get angry at just about anything, man. He thinks his unresolved anger issues. This is resolved through destruction. I got another photo that I should probably put in here. Let's see. Do I have him in here? Where is he? He's probably in here. Yeah. Not so bad, guys. This is the second person that he meets the second bad guy, they're not really so bad guys. Literally, from their perspective, they are doing heroic work. So, this is Jerome, easily identifiable by why, but he doesn't curse. I love him. He does not curse. He cannot say curse words. But this right here is Jason Chin, also known as the Inhuman Terror. Through his hunting through their warehouses and stuff, he learns that they have a secret. They've been funding the prison for supervillains, and that they have, like, yes, Applejacks. What in the fuse beads is going on here? Yeah. They've been funding the supervillain prison so that they can run experiments on the prisoners in there. And he gets a hold of, like, their files on who's in there. And he's like, most of these people were picked up for petty things, but they have interesting superpowers. One of whom is Jason Chin, who was codenamed the Inhuman Terror. And I'm going to explain why, because their backstories are very connected, because he basically goes, well, this is my kid now. Jason Chin is a high school student. He's an honor student, and he has a latent metahuman gene. He has a latent superpower gene that would not have activated in his lifetime. It may have activated 3 or 4 times his, like, 3 or 4 generations later, if it weren't for the girl in his class, who will later go by the identity Princess Punch Up, who has the ability to activate and supercharge other heroes' genes, their superhuman genes. Mr. Man's power was fear transformation. So Jason, in the middle of his class, turned into a giant freaky spider shadow demony monster, and everybody thought that he was attacking them because they were scared. He's a high school student, and he gets put in jail next to a guy whose fear beyond any reason is eyeballs, so that he is stuck forever in this, like, tiny manageable eyeball form. He can still talk and stuff because he's still all in here, but you know, it also turns out that Princess Punch Up is the daughter of the CEO of the company this man got fired from. Well, probably the Men in Black, and they actually do use this to the advantage. Ballistic breaks him out, and he takes on the form of a guard of the prison, because Ballistic is scared of getting caught in this prison, breaking out a 15-year-old kid and possibly a bunch of other villains at the same time. And he basically takes this kid back to his mom, knowing that this kid can't go back to school or do anything else. And so they start messing with this particular company, this particular government faction, this particular whatever conspiracy is going on. They meet up with a couple of magic-based heroes, villains, because they're villains, and another high-intensity, high-powered, intelligence-based superhuman, the names of which are specifically Galahad, yes, that Galahad from the Knights of the Round Table, Mayhem, her mother named her that, she's half fae, and can control all of her bones, and the professor. The professor is a woman and she's fantastic and I love her. They force the conspiracy to light and then they take on the entire superheroic acumen, specifically getting vengeance for each of their members. Inhuman Terror literally gets a whole like musical number thought process in my head where he confronts Princess Punch Up and absolutely decimates her for ruining his life. And I could have been a hero. I might have been a hero, in fact, but you decided to turn me into the bad guy. So I'm going to tell the whole world what you did to me and ask them who really is the bad guy here. His mom is normal. She's a nurse and she helps make sure that everybody does not die from their skirmishes and what have you. But yes, that's basically the universe that he's from. That's the vibes that he has. That's his life. It sucks. But I love him. He's square eyes, he's dad figure, he's everything you could want out of a character. And I will do more of the sketch reference later, so that I can post it on AO3. Not AO3, bleh. So I can post it on Artfight so that you guys can have a color reference for Mr. Jerome Ponta. Yeah. So, now we're going to go down the list, because it's time to be done. This is the last stream that I'm going to be doing for possibly a week, maybe 2, as I try to figure out the scheduling changes for both the move and afterwards getting a job. But I will still try to keep these up because they're fun. If you like what I do and you want to support me, I have a Ko-fi link in my description. The goal for the Ko-fi right now is to help me get a new computer so that I can play Minecraft with Coop. Possibly stream together. Possibly do Minecraft streams together, which would be fun. You could watch from their perspective or from mine. Either way, it's good stuff. Give me a follow if you also want to support me here, because the closer we get to those 10, the more likely we are to get like subscriptions, which is cool. If you've missed a stream and you want to catch up, I have a whole list in my YouTube of all of my streams, all of which are basically like 2 hours long. So maybe check those out. That's in the description as well. I am really glad you decided to join me here. I'm thankful that you enjoyed my storytelling and enjoyed hanging out with me. So, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever it is you are. I hope you have a wonderful day and enjoy the rest of your time. Thank you for hanging out with me. Bye-bye.